Hi guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Amy, or Amy Louise. I am a professionally trained makeup artist of 13 years and today I'm going to show you how to do this spotlight eye. I don't know what made me do this, honestly. Like, it feels like it's not something I've done for like 3 years. In fact, I don't think I have done in about 3 years, but I don't know, I did it and I quite like it. Today I am using again the Antidote palette. I'm just using the green side today. I am completely and utterly obsessed with this palette. I don't even put it away anymore. It's literally just on my desk ready to go every single day. I love it. I need to stop using it because you lot are gonna get bored. But for today we're still on the Antidote palette. So if you want to see how I created this look, then keep on watching. So I'm just priming my eye with a Plouise base. I always use the Plouise base. I love it. It's what I know and love. Use whatever you like to use. I'm starting off with JS13 by Morphe and I'm going in with the shade Mystic. So with this shape, I'm actually going to cut off the inner corner and the outer corner just a little bit, and then I'm going to plonk the dot right about in my crease, just above, and then I'm going to just like connect this in like an arch shape. Now the reason I've cut off the inner corner is if I take it all the way to the inner corner, I'm not going to be able to build the rest of my shadows to create this very rounded shape. So I want to cut it off so that I have room to then blend my other shades around and keep it that round shape and with all the colours that I want to get the effect, the overall effect that I actually want. Then with the same brush I have primed underneath my eyes, I'm going to follow the line that I've got here. I'm going to follow the line from the outer corner as well and just build that around. Stopping just where the lashes finish, and I'm keeping it rounded so it comes out a little bit further towards the very middle of my eye and then tapers in on the ends, and just making sure that it is connected to that shape on the top. It does give a little bit of a weird bump out, but it works out in the end. I'm now taking a JS12 brush. Can you tell I love these brushes? I need to find an alternative to these brushes just because of, well, these aren't available anymore, and also who made these with Morphe. Really don't like the fact that I have so many and I love these brushes. I need some more. So if you know of a dupe for the JS12 and the JS13 brushes by Morphe, let me know please. Like, I need these tiny little brushes, but I like how firm they are. I've got some from like my KitKat and I've got them from like Plouise and stuff and other brands. They just don't have the same base density. Like, they've got the same fluffiness but they haven't got the same density to like the base of the brush, which gives it the real structure of the brush. They're a lot fluffier and like floppy. So I'm going to take this brush into the shade Antidote. I'm not picking this palette up to point at shadows. I've used this palette so many times now. If you don't know the shades and you have the palette, you're going to know it anyway. And yeah, it's just too big to keep picking up. So I'm going to take Antidote, and all I'm going to do is I'm going to follow that shape. And I'm taking really small amounts, just in like a little buffing motion around that shape to start to blend that out. And on the sides I'm going left to right. On the top I'm just tapping up and down so that I keep the shape. I'm going 50% on the previous shade, 50% off, which is one of my favourite techniques to use. And I'm just picking up a really small amount each time. So I'm just going to go through, add that shape, that shadow, and get my shape to where I want it. And then again I'm going to do the full eye at the same time. So I'm going to take this shadow and I'm just gonna go right underneath the same way I did. So it is thicker on the bottom, tapers on the edges. And I'm doing this because it helps me keep that shape that I want. Helps me keep it very rounded. I'm now taking a Morphe M506 and the shade Clover. And I'm going to do the same thing. So 50% on, 50% off. And I'm coming at the inner corner this way so that I don't buff it out too far. So I'm just going in, 50% on, 50% off. Same thing again, I'm going left to right, adding my colour tiny amount at a time. I'm literally just tapping like that into the shadow so that I don't have too much on my brush, and I can then build it up. So the first way around I'm just placing the shadow, and then I go around a second time with no extra product to buff it in. So you can see I'm adding it. Now I've added the shadow where I want it. I'm going to go back in, no extra shadow, to tap on over to blend that in and get it beautiful. And then again I'm going to take this and I'm going to go around the bottom, and at this point you can see it's really getting that rounded effect. I'm now going to take my Plouise 117 Too Lost in my blend brush. I'm pretty sure this is Plouise, and I'm taking the shade Sable. Same thing again, so I'm coming in from the same angle, 50% on, 50% off. I'm just tapping in a tiny amount, place the product down, and then go in again to make sure that it is blended. You can see how small my movements are, and then because it's surrounded now I can just whip it around this way. Don't worry if you go too far down, you can clean this up. Now I'm just going around again, no extra product on the brush, just to get that really nice and blended. Morphe M433 and the shade Moss, and the exact same thing again. I don't want to repeat myself too much, but this look is a lot of the same, just a little bit higher and a little bit lighter. You can do this with any colour palette you choose. So if you don't want to do greens, you can do oranges, purples, blues, whatever you want. Now Morphe M441 and the shade Buttercup. Now with this I'm literally just gonna go circular motions all the way around the edge. Again, not a lot of product on the brush, just tapping in once until the brush feels empty, and then I can go in with a second dip. And then now there's nothing on the brush at all. I'm just going in circular motions all the way around to make sure that it is nice and hazy and blended in. Now from here I'm going to go back to the beginning. I'm going to re-add all my colours in the exact same way, in the exact same position, and get that intensity down. It's going to help with the blend, and it's just going to give an overall better effect to the finished look. Coffee break. Iced coffee is the best, and you can make it yourself so easily. I don't know why it took me so long to discover the fact that I could make my own, because I was going to Starbucks like every day for iced coffee until like 2 years ago, and now I live on the stuff even winter because I'm sweaty as bitch. It is so hot today. Like the past few days, like last week it was miserable, it was raining, it was fully October, not October but like autumn. We was ready for the pumpkins and the crispy leaves, and then this week it has been glorious sunshine every day. Like sometimes like it's started to rain in the morning, but by like 9-10 o'clock it is glorious, and we British people do not know how to deal with our weather system, and the weather system does not know how to deal with us. So now I'm going in with the Plouise blank canvas and a little brush. This is a Plouise flat brush. This is from the Cancelled collection. It's just a flat brush. I'm going to pick up a little bit of the blank canvas. Okay, so blank canvas on the brush. I'm going to close my eye from my crease down. I'm just going to swipe a line right down to my lashes, and I'm going to look up, and this is going to give me my placement of where I need to be at the very least. And now I'm going to kind of create like a seashell or a horseshoe kind of shape. It's just, we're cutting the crease, but we're leaving the edges completely alone. So imagine a full cut crease, or like a rounded cut crease. You just don't do the edges. I'm going to clean off that brush just on a little cloth with some isoclean, and then I'm going to go back into the blank canvas, pick up a little bit more, and then I'm just going to go over it and really get an even colour across the full area. Okay, so when I look forward, you can see that it's just above the crease, which is exactly what we want. Now taking a Morphe M224, it's just a flat brush, and the shade Venom, and I'm just going to pack this right on over that cut crease. Okay, so now that shimmer is all across the cut crease, we're going to go back in with the brushes that we used for all the greens. I'm going to go in with Mystic first, and I'm going to tap in a diagonal line both from the inside and outside. So just tapping. Now this will take a little bit to build up because you're building it over top of the shimmer. Then I'm taking Antidote, same thing, I'm just tapping in diagonal lines over the edge. And then I'm going to take a Clover, and I'm bringing each shade just that bit closer to the centre of the eye. And I'm making sure to keep the very centre edge completely open. Sable. And then Moss. Can you see the effect this is given? Like, it's just like hazed the edges in. It really opens up the center of the eye. So now I'm just going to grab some mascara. I'm going to pop it on top and bottom. The one I'm using today is the MAC in Extreme Dimension, I think this is called. It's this one, the weird shaped one. So I'm just going to pop this on. And then I'm going in with the TL4 Lashes by Tati to finish off this look. Okay, so I've just cleaned up the perimeter of the eye look just to keep it rounded, not to blow it out too far down or too far out. I wanted to keep it very rounded and rounded. So I'm gonna go away, do my base, and I will be right back. Okay, I am back. Base is done. I'm just gonna take the Pat McGrath Labs Extreme Black Glide on eye pencil. I'm just going to pop this into my waterline. Okay, outfit change and hair, and I will be right back. Okay guys, I am back. A finished look. I'm not sure about this hat, but this is the finished look. I've literally just put the green slip dress on from my Shein haul, one of my Shein hauls, a little hat again from Shein, and little earrings. I feel like this looks really like witchy and autumny, and yet still nice weather, autumn-y. But yeah, this is the finished look. Let me know what you think down below. I really appreciate if you would give me a subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you on the next one. Bye.